Okay, here we go in round one. I'm playing Soto Bonche or something like that. Would you like to play first? Yes, I would. And I'm even going to be kind and say hello and good luck. I'm not going to mulligan. The 5-land hand is not ideal. Actually, I have both of my blue sources, which is kind of funny. But being able to play a Guild Gate turn 1 and a Guild Mage turn 2, and then suit him up if I see fit on turn 3. There are worse starts, for sure. And actually, with him being in green, if he presented like blue-white Azorius, I'd be a little bit more worried about bounce. As it is now, I'm not as worried about that. I like that I have the option to make him smaller if he blocks. Which he does not choose to. So I swing in for 2, and Gutter Snipe might be who I actually put the Pursuit of Flight onto. Now he's showing some Azorius. Don't love to see that, because that does make the bounce a little bit more likely. And here, given probably should continue to build my board, so attack with those 2. Also just knowing the color breakdown on these things. Okay, actually, yeah. Kill him. I don't want to have to lose one of my creatures, especially my Guild Mage. I'll take 4 more. And then next turn, potentially I can suit up on Pursuit of Flight and Dead Reveler. Depending on what he plays here. If it's a big FU beetle, then we're in a little bit worse shape, but as it was, we actually are in pretty good shape. So I can go ahead and put on Pursuit of Flight, and I can attack with the knowledge that the blocking, I can make him small enough if he blocks that it will be a chump. And if he doesn't, I can establish my board further with the Dead Reveler. So it takes him down to 6. I can keep pressing. Nice thing here also is I have the Pursuit of Flight. I can do flight activation, and I can do double negatives on the blocking or double damage dealing or life loss after damage dealing. It'll be interesting to see what he plays, if anything, and what he has left up for mana. Okay, a rest on that makes a lot of sense. But will he have another relevant play? Not really. So he might have a giant growth. That would be worst case scenario. So if he had a giant growth, by putting out the swamp, we can even shut down that as an option. We can get him in a place where he really has to Okay, so yeah, do that. Go ahead and get him down to 1. And nice thing about the gutter snipe is even though he is arrested, it's a innate ability or whatever, not a activated ability. So if I get an instant, I can still ping him for 2, which it was going to be a little while, but at that point, if I hadn't already beat him, I could have. Okay, deck worked well. Green, blue, white. So I'm a little leery about the enchantments, but we didn't see any bounce out of him. And so I think we just, play the game plan. I won't want to overcommit to any creature, piling up multiple enchantments on him. And also, we'll just, have to be mindful of, as I attack him, whether he could bounce for his benefit. Would I like to mulligan to 6 cards? No, I actually like that hand. Would like it more if we had a Guildgate. But Flare is a pretty good first play if you can't play anything till turn 3. And the Desecration Demon is always a welcome addition. He's got Fencing Ace. If he does something like Common Bond it or something along those lines, then Augur Spree is at the ready. But he can't. Okay, so there's a tough one. I think I'm going to go with the Guildgate just because while I could put out a Hellhole Flare this turn, he isn't applying that much pressure, and I think I'm better off getting the land so I can use it down the line. Okay, so there is, I guess, what I feared, and where it would have been better off to play the land instead. So we just have to kill him. But we 2-for-1 him. Leave him with a pretty devastated board state. I think he's a little mono-hosed as well. And for here, I'm going to go ahead and go for the demon. Just getting the most damage each turn. If he has aerial predation or an arrest, then so be it. My other creatures are not that much less powerful, but I want to lead with the big dog. Okay. Here, let's go ahead and attack with the demon, which will swing the life totals in my favor rather quickly. And between Hellhole Flare and Dead Reveler. Now the interesting thing with Deviant Glee and Pursuit of Flight, Hellhole Flare could be up to an 8. But I couldn't sacrifice him then. I could get him up to a 6 and sacrifice him. And if I drew one more land, I could get him to an 8 and sacrifice him. Now, if he's swinging, then I'm concerned. Because I want to know what his play is that's going to make him live. So maybe a Druid's Deliverance is a possibility. Go ahead and put one on before I swing. And yeah, Druid's Deliverance would buy him a turn. Savage Surge. He could... Well, he's actually at a point where he can't win. Because if he blocks the Hellhole Flare, I just sacrifice it and you get in the damage elsewhere. And he won't be able to play Druid's Deliverance from that point, and I have enough to kill him. Alright. So deck worked very well that time. Did what I wanted it to do. Oh, looks like Nick is up 1-0 on his opponent, so I'm happy to see that. Pretty quick first round. We'll hope that everyone else's games go quickly, and in round 2 we'll see whether Rakdos returns.